Our planet is facing a mounting crisis: waste and pollution. Every year, we generate billions of tons of waste, overwhelming our landfills and infiltrating our ecosystems. This waste comes in many forms, from plastic packaging to industrial byproducts, and its impact is felt globally. Pollution, a direct consequence of improper waste management, contaminates our air, water, and soil, threatening the delicate balance of life on Earth. The sheer volume of waste we produce is staggering. Images of overflowing landfills and plastic-choked oceans have become all too common. This waste doesn't simply disappear. It persists in the environment for decades, even centuries, slowly releasing harmful substances. This pollution knows no boundaries. It travels across continents, impacting even the most remote corners of our planet. The consequences of inaction are dire. We are witnessing the degradation of our natural resources, the loss of biodiversity, and the increasing prevalence of pollution-related health problems. Addressing this crisis requires a fundamental shift in our relationship with waste. We must transition from a linear take, make, dispose model to a circular economy that prioritizes waste reduction, reuse, and recycling. The urgency of this situation cannot be overstated. Our collective well-being, and that of future generations, depends on our ability to effectively manage our waste and curb pollution. It is a challenge that demands immediate and sustained action from individuals, industries, and governments alike. The time to act is now, before the consequences become irreversible. Waste management plays a critical role in mitigating the negative impacts of waste and pollution on our environment and public health. It encompasses a range of strategies and practices aimed at reducing the amount of waste we generate, maximizing resource recovery, and disposing of waste in an environmentally sound manner. Effective waste management is not merely an option, but an essential necessity for ensuring a sustainable future. At its core, waste management is about taking responsibility for the materials we consume and discard. It is about minimizing our environmental footprint by reducing our reliance on landfills, which are often overflowing and prone to leaching harmful substances into the surrounding environment. Proper waste management also helps to conserve valuable natural resources, reducing the need to extract virgin materials, a process that often results in significant environmental degradation. Moreover, effective waste management is crucial for protecting public health. Improperly handled waste can contaminate water sources, pollute the air we breathe, and attract disease-carrying pests. By implementing safe and hygienic waste management practices, we can prevent the spread of diseases and create healthier living environments for all. Investing in robust waste management infrastructure and promoting responsible waste disposal habits are essential steps towards a more sustainable future. By embracing the principles of reduce, reuse, and recycle, we can significantly reduce the amount of waste sent to landfills, conserve precious resources, and create a healthier planet for generations to come. Waste is not created equal. It comes in various forms, each with its unique composition, properties, and potential impact on the environment. Understanding these different types of waste is crucial for developing effective waste management strategies. By categorizing waste, we can target specific waste streams for recycling, composting, or safe disposal, minimizing environmental harm and maximizing resource recovery. One common way to classify waste is based on its source. Municipal solid waste, or MSW, refers to the waste generated by households, businesses, and institutions within a community. This waste stream typically includes food scraps, paper, plastics, metals, glass, textiles, and yard trimmings. Industrial waste, on the other hand, is generated by manufacturing, mining, and other industrial processes. It can include a wide range of materials, some of which may be hazardous or toxic. Another important distinction is between biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. Biodegradable waste, such as food scraps and yard trimmings, can decompose naturally over time through the action of microorganisms. Non-biodegradable waste, such as plastics, metals, and glass, does not readily decompose and can persist in the environment for hundreds or even thousands of years. Hazardous waste poses a significant threat to human health and the environment due to its toxic, ignitable, corrosive, or reactive properties. This waste stream includes batteries, paints, solvents, pesticides, and electronic waste, or e-waste. Special handling and disposal procedures are required for hazardous waste to prevent contamination and protect human health. Understanding the different types of waste and their characteristics is essential for developing effective waste management strategies. By implementing source separation programs, promoting composting, and ensuring the safe disposal of hazardous waste, we can minimize the environmental impact of waste and create a more sustainable future. Section 4. From landfills to oceans, the environmental impact of waste. The environmental consequences of mismanaged waste are far-reaching and severe, affecting every facet of our planet's delicate ecosystems. From sprawling landfills to plastic-choked oceans, the visible scars of our throwaway culture serve as stark reminders of the urgent need for sustainable waste management practices. Landfills, often seen as the final destination for our waste, pose significant environmental challenges. As waste decomposes in landfills, it generates methane, a potent greenhouse gas that contributes to climate change. Leachate, a toxic liquid formed when rainwater percolates through waste, can contaminate groundwater and nearby water bodies, posing risks to human and animal health. Beyond landfills, plastic pollution has emerged as a global crisis. Billions of tons of plastic waste end up in our oceans each year, where it slowly breaks down into microplastics, ingested by marine life and entering the food chain. This plastic pollution not only threatens marine ecosystems, but also poses potential risks to human health through the consumption of contaminated seafood. The improper disposal of electronic waste, or e-waste, further exacerbates the environmental burden. E-waste often contains hazardous materials such as lead, mercury, and cadmium, which can leach into the environment, contaminating soil and water sources. The burning of e-waste, a common practice in some regions, releases toxic fumes into the air, posing serious health risks to local communities. The environmental impact of waste extends beyond pollution. The extraction of virgin materials for manufacturing consumes vast amounts of energy and resources, often resulting in deforestation, habitat loss, and the depletion of natural resources. By reducing our consumption, reusing products, and recycling materials, we can lessen our reliance on virgin materials and mitigate the environmental impact of waste. Section 5. A silent threat: waste's impact on human health. While the environmental consequences of improper waste management are often apparent, the impact on human health can be more insidious, manifesting as chronic diseases and reduced quality of life. From air and water contamination to the spread of infectious diseases, the health hazards posed by mismanaged waste demand our urgent attention. Open dumping and burning of waste, common practices in many parts of the world, release harmful pollutants into the air we breathe. These pollutants, including particulate matter, heavy metals, and dioxins, can penetrate deep into our lungs, increasing the risk of respiratory problems, cardiovascular disease, and even cancer. Contamination of water sources is another significant concern. Leachate from landfills and improperly disposed industrial waste can seep into groundwater aquifers, contaminating drinking water supplies and posing serious health risks to communities. Waterborne diseases, such as cholera and typhoid fever, can also spread through contaminated water sources, particularly in areas with inadequate sanitation and hygiene practices. The presence of waste can attract disease vectors, such as rodents, insects, and flies, which can transmit diseases like leptospirosis, dengue fever, and malaria. Uncollected waste can also create breeding grounds for mosquitoes, increasing the risk of mosquito-borne illnesses. The health impacts of waste are not limited to physical ailments. Living in close proximity to waste disposal sites can lead to stress, anxiety, and other mental health problems. Children are particularly vulnerable to the health risks posed by waste, as their developing bodies are more susceptible to environmental toxins. Addressing the health hazards associated with waste requires a multi-pronged approach. This includes improving waste collection and disposal systems, promoting safe waste handling practices, and raising awareness about the links between waste and health.